Hello. Just a second. Let's see. Hi guys.
So
Hi.
Hey.
Sam, is
Hello.
Wolf level 8 or level 7?
He's level 8. He just hit level 8. Just hit it. So like literally
Awesome.
like a session ago. So go ahead and do the math the way you did it. And it'll probably be like 80%, right? Even though he just hit it. Because his experience is 34,970, something like that.
Yeah. So I mean I wouldn't mind if we just start at 0 if we're all level 8, so that we can even it out and we're all like around this. We all level up around the same time.
Ella suggested all of us adding together and then dividing.
Just to make
So that
everybody
we're
the
all
same.
the same, yeah.
So like
So
taking
we keep
average.
the party average, yeah.
So, yeah, we could do it that way, like where we just add everyone's percentages together and then we divide by the number of players.
Yeah, because my thing was that if we were so far apart, then based on the new system, like one person's gonna be level 9 and like
Man, you guys are real
2 months from now.
team players. Some of you guys would be taking a pretty big hit to XP doing that, but wow, kudos. Kudos to those of you guys willing to do that. Because those of you guys with like 40 and 60s are going to come down if we do that, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty
I mean,
much going to
that's
be
fine
Vash
for
and I
me.
benefiting.
That's
Yeah.
fine
That's
for
fine.
me. As long as we're all like leveling up together, as opposed to like one person being like level 9. Because I feel like I would feel much worse if one person was super ahead and the rest of us were super behind than if we all leveled up together.
Well, I really think that's a good idea. So, yeah, let's do that. So, we got everybody's XP, but Vash, right? So let me go ahead and calculate his real quick. What did I say it was? 34.9. No, it's here. Let me just pull it up. 34,925. So literally 925 divided by 14k. Be 0.06, 0.07 if you round it up. About 7% of the way through. Like I said, he just hit it. Okay. Now we got Vash at 7. Tim, you were 22, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did yours the right way, right?
Pretty sure. Let me double check my math here. Yeah, I have 37,120. So I did 3120 divided by 14,000. And that got 0.222 something.
Yeah, okay. And then the lowered number for Orilyn was 63. Is that what I said?
64?
I think I rounded.
63, yeah.
Okay. And then, what was yours, Odayn?
48.
48. And what did I say for Seraphina?
57, I believe.
57. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Let's do the old calculator. 7
What are we doing?
plus. I'm taking the average plus
cool.
63 plus 48 plus 57 equals divided by 5, 39.4. So 39, everybody would be at 39%.
Alright, and then we drop a couple zeros and you're all level 3.
How do we denote this on the sheet? Do we denote this on the sheet?
I don't know if there really is a way unless we like go in and modify the sheet or something. Unless you like calculated out the percentage and put it on there. Here's what I suggest doing. just leave your experience points on the sheet alone for now until you like level up, right? So like keep track of what % you are. Maybe like that's all you gotta do is keep track of when you get a percentage point or something. You can make we can make a Discord channel where you guys just.
We can just change the goals channel to like an experience tracker.
Yeah, that'd be fine. And then like as far as the sheet goes, we'll just worry about it when you guys hit 100 and level up, and then you can just change the experience on the sheet to the next level up.
Cool.
And it'll walk you through it.
So
Yes, Ella?
what percentage are we?
39.
39. Okay, everybody is 39 out of 100. Cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe Wolf will get here someday, and we can tell him. So, I think I ran the intro video. I think it was like muted for like the first half, so I'll run it again on break or something like that. It's audio problems. What have you guys been up to this week? Did you guys have a good week? Are y'all sweating all week?
I've been cleaning house like crazy because we're getting our puppy on Sunday.
Right on.
Took a trip down to Oregon and saw other part of the family.
Cool.
Also good.
It snowed like 5 inches here, so we've been doing a
Gross.
lot of shoveling.
That sounds like a pain in the butt.
Mhm.
I'm hoping we don't get snow in Washington this year because we got it 2 years ago and it was horrible. And it
It
seems like
wasn't
every
that
year.
bad. It was like 2 inches. It was like 2 inches of snow. It wasn't that bad.
Where we were at, my parents were like, my mom grew up in a place that you can get snowed in literally, and she said it was bad here in 2019. My husband and I got lucky because we were in Japan during that time, so my mom was house sitting for us. And Japan got like some flakes, but nothing built up.
I remember like 10, 15 years ago, we actually got snow here, and then just don't anymore as much.
I miss snows. Like I used to live in Chicago when I was younger, and then before that, Alaska for a little bit. And man, do I love snow. But now that I'm getting older, I kind of don't like the cold so much. So there's that. You know.
I was gonna say, if we get snow, I'll send it your way.
Yeah. So I had this. I know I'm getting old, because I had this weird thing this week where like I slept on my shoulder wrong or something, and it still kind of hurts, but for like 3 or 4 days I couldn't hardly move. Like the whole left side of my body was like, it was terrible. Like the pain ran from my neck down to like my middle finger, and then like down my leg. It was weird. It's crazy. I don't know, like a pinched nerve or something.
Yeah, I don't mind the cold too much. It's just what to do with the snow. That's the annoying part.
Yeah.
And when it gets all dirty and gross and icy, yeah. Stupid.
It's been it's been like in the 30s here in Nashville, like high 30s. But we haven't really had any snow. We've had some rain, I think.
Good. You guys are lucky.
Yeah.
I've been talking with some friends in Australia, and it's summer there. A little bit jealous.
So I've got a level up issue here, I guess. Everybody's level 8, right?
Woohoo!
How are the fires in Australia? Are they like down?
I don't know, I don't live in Australia, I've never been to Australia, I just have some friends from online there. And every once in a while it comes up and they're like, oh, it's nice and sunny outside, and I'm like, oh, it's dark here.
Ishu now has 44 total hit points.
Did he get like a spell slot?
I'm about to see. Hang on. Let me see here. What he gets.
Are you guys depleted on spell slots?
I have.
Don't even know what those are.
One of each of my spells left. So one
One first level and one.
three. One 3 level, 3rd level. for
What's a
Warlock.
spell slot?
You don't have any more key points left, right?
No.
I used them all.
I have 1/1 for first level and second level.
We can get a short rest before we fight this thing.
I have 2 third level
You're in the
spell
middle
slots.
of combat still.
I have 2 third level, 1 second level, and 3 first levels. That's the benefit of not doing anything last battle.
Yeah. We're all gonna rely on Odayn.
All right, he did get a extra spell slot for 4th level. Let's see.
He can just banish the Aboleth. Let's go.
I should let you guys know our internet's been kind of splotchy today, so if I go out, I'll be back. But yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with Wolf, but while we're waiting, I'm gonna do this work I should have done between games and level up this kobold here. So I forgot to do it.
If he banishes the Aboleth, then we can just drain the lake, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it works that way. Let me see here. Blah, 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 blah. Fourth, he gets an ability score improvement.
Cool.
So he can increase ability scores here. Sorcerer is a charisma based, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. Let's see. Doesn't get empowered spells yet. Doesn't. Yeah, all that stuff's higher level. All right, so he got ability score increase, and he got another spell slot. I think that is it. And he also got some more HP. I just want to make sure I didn't miss
Man,
anything.
imagine if he took a feat instead.
I don't think sidekicks can.
Oh, really?
Well, at least like in the sidekick rule, it doesn't say anything about taking a feat. So like, it just says ability score improvement at 4th, 8th, 12th, and 16th, and 19th. They increase ability score.
The normal player's handbook doesn't really say anything about you could take a feat instead.
Oh, really?
Not where like the characters are listed. I'm sure it says somewhere else, but let me find real quick.
Well, he kind of needs it anyway, to be honest.
First spell saves.
Yeah, I mean, it brings his charisma up to 18 if he puts 2 in charisma.
Yeah, the 4th level thing only talks about ability score increases. It doesn't say about getting to pick a feat.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Instead. But, you know.
If I was planning well, I would have saved key points to stun the Aboleth, but you know, he instead of boss fight the entire time, and then I use all my key points.
You're a little busy
Okay,
trying not to get eaten by that shark.
You didn't know there was an aboleth.
Yeah, that's true.
But I could assume that there was a big thing under Melora that we had been hearing about for like half the combat.
But we didn't hear about
heard
it.
anything about it.
Well, we
Only
heard
Vash.
that there was something. Oh yeah, yeah, I
It
didn't know.
was
It was
just
just
Vash.
Vash.
Only Vash talked to it, and then I think Odayn noticed it. But I think as far as he knows, it's just another water weird.
I forgot that he wasn't talking out loud to anything.
Well, I don't know. It looks like we might have to start without Wolf again. So what's going on? Kind of seems that way. So he's not responding to any messages, right? Okay. All right. Well, just of the leveling stuff, I'll go over this really quick. Just kill a few more minutes. 100 XP per level. So you guys are all at 39 out of 100. You'll be awarded in bouts of 1, 2, and 3, depending on, like, you know, difficulty of whatever you're getting awarded on. You'll be awarded for things like a combat encounter, for a cool RP scene, for creativity or finding a secret, something like that, and personal goals. So these are like 4 categories of ways to earn XP that I've got here. One category is combat, one category is RP, one category is creativity and finding secrets, and another category is personal goals. So 25% of your experience is tied to combat, which means 25% of your experience will be the same as your party members, most likely, unless you guys are split up somehow. And the rest, the other 75%, is kind of up to how you play the game.
Hi,
So,
Wolf.
is Wolf here?
He just got on.
Good.
You stalled enough time.
Yeah. All right. So we got to Wolf. We got to Ishu level up. Where I hope you're doing okay, man. You doing all right?
Yeah.
All right. I hope you had a good week. We had an Ishu level up. We did XP system changes, right? So what we've done is we've taken the average of the percentage of the way everyone was through level 8, and we took everybody's percentage and we added them all together and took the average. So everyone is starting out at 39 out of 100 XP for level 8, including you.
Okay.
Just make a note of it somewhere. I'm at 39 of 100. You can add a tally to it if you like every time you get an experience point or 2 or 3 experience points. And I was just explaining the way it's going to work. So every level right now, maybe I'd say at least until like level 10 or 11, I might change it up, but I might not. But every level right now is 100 XP total. You'll be awarded 1, 2, or 3 XP depending on like a difficulty of whatever you're awarded for. The 4 categories to win XP are combat. So difficult encounters, like deadly ones, will get 3 XP per combat. There's a category for RP. So like cool RP moments, times when I should be giving you guys inspiration, stuff like that. You'll be awarded XP for those. Creativity and finding secrets is another category. And personal goals, like character goals, would be another category. So,
Would you count things like traps and such as falling under one of those categories?
Yeah, I'd say creativity for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
Like traps, like Fee busting the ceiling if it worked out, or Seraphina, whoever it was. Stuff like that. Maybe like turning Ishu into a giant monkey would be awarded some creativity. Yeah, stuff like that. And also like if you get XP for an RP thing, just go ahead and take inspiration, because I'm really bad at remembering to award you guys inspiration because you're always doing RP so well. So it just like it's easy to forget because every scene you guys do is so good. So
isn't that why we were just starting off each session with inspiration?
yeah, I think that's why we did that, because I'm not the greatest DM and I just forget to hand it out. Okay. I just want to make sure there's no other.
There's a podcast I've been listening to where instead of the GM giving out inspiration, they give out the players can give it out. They still can have a max of just one, but the players can give it to each other just to help more people remembering, like, hey, that kind of thing deserves this.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Hey, I think we're streaming correctly. We've gotten a bot in chat finally.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
we got a wanna become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on bigfollows.com.
How to ban? There we go. Timed out.
Deleted.
All right.
Oh, did you ever give?
I need to make you guys mods. Do you know how to do that?
No idea.
No,
We can figure it out after the stream.
Yeah, we can figure it out. Okay. All right. So, is everybody kind of ready to jump in here? Everybody settled? Any questions? Anything?
Oh, question with the goal. Does that mean we only got 12% max per session, or?
No. There's no limit. There's no limit on how much you can get per session.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, just because there's 4 categories doesn't mean that you can only get 1 in each category per session or anything like that.
Okay.
But I just wanted to make a point that it wasn't all tied to combat, right? So there, hopefully there's just still a lot of room for you guys to get different numbers up there. I do think that it will be harder to catch up. Like it'll take, like if you're behind, it'll take longer to catch up. You'll have to be more vigilant on catching up, but it'll be a lot harder to fall behind, like to fall further behind this way.
Yeah, I'm glad we averaged everybody out to just so that everybody has an equal
that's true,
chance.
It is a new system. I think it's a really good idea to do that. Yeah, so I guess everybody's
question. Am I like in the aboleth space right now? And then you said that Melora was floating above me?
You're probably like I don't think you're in its space, like right out, like within 5 feet of it. But yeah, she's floating above you by a really long tentacle. I know it's mechanically a little odd, but that's what we're going with for now. I guess you're not like in each other's space though, even though it's like extending a tentacle like through your space. But before we jump back into the combat and an angel starts running around killing everything while no one's looking, we'll start today's session with a flashback. We'll go back to to Odayn's childhood memory of the dock. We know it's Odayn because it looks just like him, except for smaller, same color hair, scrawnier, probably lanky, a bit clumsy looking.
Mm-hmm.
And we see Odayn sitting at the edge of that dock again, staring into the water. A woman looking up at him as she opens her eyes. And I think that's kind of like where we left off with the memory before. But she's just like, she opens her eyes and she's looking up at you, and there's like this moment where you can say something if you like.
Little Odayn is probably gonna move closer, and he's kind of curious, and he's gonna like, "Hey, lady, what are you doing in the river?"
And she probably blinks a few times, and she smiles at you. It's not as creepy of a smile as we saw with shark guy. But her teeth are somewhat sharp. They're not exactly human teeth, right? She's kind of made to like eat fish and stuff. But yeah, she smiles at you, and then she probably like splashes some water towards you playfully.
Hey, stop that. I don't want to get wet. Do you wanna get up here? I feel like it's not very fun to swim right now. Isn't it cold?
She laughs and she says, "If a kid doesn't want to get wet, then he should not play by the water's edge."
Well, I don't want to submerge myself. And then but he'll play back. He'll probably splash some water back. He'll reach down and splash some water at her face.
She says, "What is your fear of the water, young child?"
I'm not scared of it. I like the water. Just it's a little cold for me right now.
She says, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. Of course, I'm sure.
This spot right here is cold, and she like points to like the water at the edge of the dark. At the edge of the dock? How can you be certain?
Odayn's gonna move closer to that spot and try to touch it.
Yeah, so you
And-
like reach out to like touch the water, and yeah, she's gonna try to pull you in. She'll probably like laugh and like go to grab you by the wrist, like pull you in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do a contested check, or you want to just go in?
I think Odayn he's sort of caught by surprise and just loses his balance and falls in.
Yeah. So we see you topple off the dock into the water. You go under, and she kind of laughs for a moment. And is Kid Odayn a decent swimmer?
Yeah, I would say he is.
Yeah.
I think he's used to swimming, but I guess right now, like, because you said it was the morning, right? Early morning, or was it like late night?
I think we said it was morning. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was morning. I don't remember.
I would just assume that the water was cold and he wasn't really feeling up to it right now. But he likes swimming around, so he's a decent swimmer.
Yeah, okay. So you like right yourself, you get your head back above the surface relatively quickly. Yeah, and she's just kind of like laughing at you. The water doesn't feel warm or cold, really. It kind of feels the same, which is odd.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what did you do that for? And then he splashes water at her.
Yeah, she laughs and like covers her face a little bit and splashes you in return, and she says, "I must be honest, I was looking for you. Need your help with something."
Me? What do you need help with?
Yeah, we see her give this look like I mean, she's simplifying things for a child, right? So she's going to explain, but in like a language like talking to a naive little kid. And she says, "Well, some bad people are after me. I need your help to make sure that they can't find me." Make sense?
Who's after you?
Oh, just no one very nice. Don't worry.
Okay,
they're not going to find us.
What do you need me to do?
I need you to help me hide something. Sounds easy enough, right?
That sounds easy. What do you need to hide?
She goes, "How about I show you?" And she like reaches out to like touch on the forehead, like extends a finger.
Okay.
Okay, she does that. Maybe you hear like a word. And let me see what language it might be here. Sylvan? Do you understand Sylvan by chance?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yeah, I put my languages as Primordial and Sylvan.
Right on. So the word she utters is like it's like an old Sylvan word for like the passage of air. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing too crazy happens. She says this word, she touches you on the forehead, and nothing's becomes really apparent immediately.
Was that what you wanted to show me?
She says, "Follow me," and she dives under the water. As she does so, like part of her body disappears for a minute. Like it seems like what the only parts of her that were visible a second ago were the parts that were outside the water. So as soon as she dives under, she's like invisible for a second, and then there's like a flicker as she reappears under the water.
So would you say the water was like clear or
Relatively
easy enough to
clear. I
follow
mean,
her?
yeah. You can, if you're a decent swimmer, you can swim after her. Certainly.
Okay, yeah, he'll swim after her.
Yeah. So the one thing you notice is you don't feel the need to like come up for air. As you like dive under the water, there's no like, you don't have an innate need to breathe.
Right.
Whatever she did seems to be making it so you can breathe underwater.
I guess once Odayn notices that, he's probably gonna. Well, first he'll be super excited, and then he'll just try to like swim faster to catch up with her.
Yeah, so she probably reaches out and like grabs you by one of the hands and starts to swim faster, a lot faster than you can swim. I think you probably feel the water pushing against like your face and body as you swim further into the river. As you get probably only like 20, 30 yards from the dock, you see other creatures in the water. And at first, they're probably hard to make out from a distance. But as you get closer, you start to see shining scales and then skin. And you see like a few, I guess they sort of look like mermaids. Not the like Disney mermaid, but a more, I guess, fantasy style mermaid where just covered in scales mostly. Not looking very human, but the color of the scales varies depending. There's probably a few of them nearby that may have been like guarding her. And as the two of you swim by, they're smiling in your direction. They seem cheerful almost.
Does she still look like a woman to me, the girl who's pulling me, or does she look like a mermaid?
She still looks like a woman. You don't see like
with
fins.
legs and everything.
Yeah, she's got legs. The mermaids though, the bottom half is like fish fin, you know.
Right.
But yeah, and their skin's also not blue. I think their skin varies in color probably.
Can I speak underwater?
Yeah, you can actually. You go to try to speak and you realize
Like
that
if I ask her like, who are these guys?
She says,
Would she answer back?
she says, "Oh, they're just here to make sure that we're safe."
Okay. And then he'll happily follow his new friend.
I think the two of you swim by two mermaids who are like floating next to each other. You see them, like one of them points towards you as she like leans over and whispers something in the other's ear. And then the one she was whispering to starts to kind of laugh. Yeah, we see her like lead you through the waters to a deeper part of the river, and she like leads you to this like submerged cave. And she probably like leads you into the passage, and it comes up to like a pocket of air on the inside of the cave.
Okay. Is this where you're gonna show me what it is you were trying to protect? Trying to hide?
She says, yes, I keep it here. She says, why don't you have a seat right over there? I'm gonna show you something.
Okay. Oh, by the way, what's your name?
Yeah, I think she says, you can call me Melora if you like.
Okay, Melora. I'm Odayn.
Yes, it's nice to meet you again, Odayn.
And then he goes over there and sits where he tells her to sit.
Yeah, so she like, it's just like an empty chamber. There's probably, it's maybe like 20 feet across. It's not very large, but there's places where the natural rock kind of forms like almost like a bench where you can sit down. There's probably a few knickknacks around. Nothing major. There's no like decorations or anything, but there's like a few bags here and there, maybe some components for different spells or things like that. And I think across from where you entered the chamber from the water, there is probably another large pool of water. Maybe like an exit out at another side, perhaps. It's like you wouldn't know. It just seems like it goes down into some more water. And she opens up a bag and she fiddles with something. And she comes back to you with something like behind her back. And she says, Odayn, did anyone ever tell you that you are a very special kid? She smiles.
Well, I mean, my parents say I'm special, but you know, they have to say that.
She smiles and she says, yes, it's a parent's job to make sure that their kid feels special. But there is something very special about you, Odayn.
What do you mean?
She says, of all the kids on all the shores, on all the docks, only you could help me with this. And she pulls out from behind her back like a glass sphere, like crystal, maybe quartz. But it looks like on the inside of it, there's a bunch of like writhing roots. It's kind of pretty, I guess, but the inside of it, the roots are all continuously like writhing together. It doesn't look like a scary or anything. It just looks like a mat of dirty tree roots that are constantly moving.
Ooh, what is this?
She says, what do you think it is?
Well, it looks like some sort of plant. And it's moving. It looks kind of pretty.
It's one of a kind. There's nothing else in the whole world like it.
What does it do?
A lot of things. But for now, this is what we're going to hide. We got to keep it away from the bad people, you understand?
Yeah. Where are we going to hide it?
She says, well, that's what you're here for. Like I said, special kid. Not anybody else that could help me with this.
All right. Well, just tell me what to do.
She probably says she starts working on like a campfire by the pool of water. And we see her like getting it ready to go and like ignite to keep the room warm. And she goes, "Why don't you come over here and have a seat on the ground?" And she like getting like a few like spell components together, that kind of thing. And she says, I really need you to hold on to this for me, but it's important that they don't find it. You understand?
I understand.
And
we gotta hide it.
Right. She like holds it up, and there's sort of like a flash like around her hand where she's holding this thing, and she brings it like close to your torso, and she says, "Don't worry, it's not gonna hurt. at all. And we just see like we cut away from you, and we see like just her face while she's like looking at you, and we see her like push her arm forward, and then there's like a bright flash. Like we see her like eyes wince a little bit, and we cut back to you. We don't see exactly what she did, I think. But the orb is no longer there, and she's like holding an empty palm against like your sternum, I guess. And she says, "See, not so bad. It didn't hurt a bit, did it?"
Nope. What did you do?
Well, I just need
That
you to
was
hold.
cool.
Yeah. See, it's not so bad. I just need you to hold on to that for a little while.
Okay, until when?
Until I see you again and ask for it back.
All right, that sounds like a plan. I'll protect it, no matter what.
The thing is, Odayn, we can't let anybody find it.
Well, as long as you don't tell them where it is,
Well,
they won't know where to find it.
I won't be able to tell them soon, and I need to make sure that you can't tell them either.
Okay. How do you do that? I promise I won't say anything.
So she like leans down and she's like puts a hand on your shoulder and she's like, I know you won't say anything. And then like the camera pans over and like behind you from the other pool of water, we just see like some tentacles starting to reach out of the water, like some dark colored tentacles like starting to kind of inch out of the water towards you, and then we just cut to black, and then we're back in the dungeon with everybody in the middle of the combat, and all this just like you just remembered all of this like just now, like as you're looking up at the corpse while she's breathing. So if you're looking up at the unconscious body of Melora, you're like remembering all this stuff now.
Okay.
You still don't exactly have the full picture, I guess.
It's like foggy.
But everything that I just described, you remember all that in that clear of a detail, I guess.
Gotcha.
So, I think, was it Orilyn's turn?
I think Orilyn just went from looking at the roll history.
Oh, you just went? Okay.
Yeah, she did an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So that would bring us to Vash. Wolf, you there?
Yep. Don't know what I want to do. Crap. Oh. Okay, sorry, I couldn't find the combat field. He hasn't making any aggressive moves, right?
The Aboleth?
Well, yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, so it swam up under. Well, it appeared after it was already underneath Odayn, but it hasn't like tried to harm anyone, or anything like that. No. I mean, unless you count like whatever's going on with Melora as aggressive. It's kind of up to you, I guess. You can roll if you like to help you decide. So it was like, it appears holding the unconscious body of Melora by like a tentacle over Odayn. And it's like under him. And it's like, its tentacles are kind of just going out in every direction. And Odayn looking down, you just see like a dark mass covered in eyes and lots and lots of tentacles. There's kind of like some fish features in there, but the body of this thing is just covered with like a bunch of orifices, in just like weird. It doesn't make sense to look at it. Like it's got eyes in random places. It's not that it's like deformed. It's just a really strange looking creature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Alright, talking
1
to
second, I'm
you.
typing something. So I'm moving my mind link to Odayn.
Okay.
For the
Can I tap
moment.
back to you if I get?
Yep.
Okay.
It allows you to respond.
Telepathically.
Yep. And I'm gonna play it safe and just. Oh, we play where if we drink a healing potion, it's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, I think it's a bonus action to drink it. It's an action to give it to somebody else. Is that what we?
I will take the healing potion.
All right.
44 plus
Roll
four.
your HP dice. For you.
Not bad. Wait, is that right? What is a normal healing potion?
I think a potion of healing is 2d4, right?
2d4. Okay.
Am I right about that? Let me check before I shaft you on.
I think it's 2d4.
I was gonna say that looked like way too much for a healing potion. There we go.
All right. Well, you still get some
And-
HP back.
I will cast. Oh God. I will cast Sanctuary on Odayn.
Yeah, good move.
Oh no, that's a bonus action. Shit.
Isn't it? Oh, it's ranged. Okay.
Can I use my action to drink the potion or no? If not, I'll just remove it. What's that? A bonus action? New spell. So I didn't realize that.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you do it this time.
No, I can. I'll
you're
remove the HP.
No, you're fine. You can do both. It's not a big deal. I don't know. Like, I think normally it is. Let's see.
An action.
Yeah,
To
drinking a
drink the
potion in 5e. I think normally it's supposed to be an action. It's just kind of a house
Yeah,
rule.
I'll remove the HP. It's fine.
Yeah. Normally drinking a potion or administering it takes an action. So I would let you drink it as an action and cast a spell. You don't have to take away the HP. You're fine.
Then that's all doing. Yep, that's it.
Maybe new house rule is you can drink a potion with an action or a bonus action.
Okay.
I think we've.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right. Is that your turn? No move?
Yep.
All right. Seraphina.
Or did. Oh, God.
What's up, Wolf?
Nope. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
You can take. It's still your turn, Chuck.
Yeah. You're fine. What you got?
Oh, this game sometimes. I was gonna clarify something with Odayn.
Okay. You mind
So I
linked
think
with him?
I just realized that he responded
Oh, okay. You guys are talking in secret. Got it.
with the mind link. Yeah. I didn't think he responded, and then because it was all right next to each other, so it just looked like a yellow block.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys got that clarified. Seraphina?
All right. I don't see that creature, right?
How far are you from it? Can you see it, like, on the map right now?
Yeah, but I thought you just like showed it to us at the last part just so we know what we're dealing with.
I think it revealed itself to everyone.
It revealed itself.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was messaging you the other day, you said that Orilyn might not see it, and I could roll a perception to see for sure.
Yeah, because it was kind of far from you, right? It is
Yeah.
it is
I don't know
underwater.
where Fee is because she's in darkness for me.
Yeah, why don't you both roll perception checks? Let's see how far you both are.
I'm 30 feet.
30 feet, she's 40 feet. So we'll say for Fee, the DC. Okay, well, just go ahead and
How
roll
far
it.
down under the water is it, though?
Fee, you don't see it. It's
Okay.
it's like 5 to 10 feet down. Like, it's just far enough down for Odayn to be at the surface and not in its square. So, like...
Okay, so it's probably more like 50 feet from Orilyn, if you take into account how far down into the water it is.
Yeah, but you got 60 feet of dark vision, right?
Yeah. See.
Okay, you see it. Yeah, you can see. I mean, you can't like make out a lot of details, but you see a writhing mass of tentacles under the water. It looks like, and you see one tentacle sticking out of the water. I think Fee, you still
It's
see
more
the
of those
tentacles sticking
brain
out.
things that were
Okay.
attacking the Feywilds.
It's
Should
what?
I even bother rolling because I don't have dark vision?
If you don't have dark vision, are you?
I have it. I've got a torch.
You're not. If you don't see it on the map at all, then no, you don't see it.
I can see it on the map, but I think it's only from the wildfire spirit slate. something.
Well,
Yeah, but the wildfire spirit emits light though.
Oh yeah, so I probably would.
yeah, you
Have
see
a
that.
shot
You
at
definitely
it.
see like the tentacles sticking out of the water, holding the body and
All right.
all that.
All
But
right.
it's just like out. It's just like out in an abyss of darkness where there's this one spot of light.
As far as I know, the tentacles are part of the body. Things
Yeah.
are weird down here.
Yeah. All right, Seraphina.
And just making sure these sisters, they're not undead, right? Because like, I think I asked that question.
I mean, they so like when they died, they lost their human form and turned back into their like siren form, which is like these horrible fae like creatures. They're also like infected with flesh corruption. So any worms that were like able to escape their body through, like if you cut off their head, there's a bunch of worms pouring out. Those worms are still alive.
Okay. Well, I won't.
And
Get
maybe it'll come back. Like, I don't think... I mean, we've seen it happen, so... It's kind of up to you. Like, if you want to, like, destroy the body somehow, you can.
I'll speak with the dead.
You destroy the head and remove the brain, or whatever they say in zombie movies. Alright, speak with dead.
Hello, lady. Who
let me see
swims
here.
faster for a lady?
Of course knows only what it knew in life, including languages. Answers usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive. I'm just trying to figure out who you end up talking to here. Oh, okay. All right, so you cast the spell. Casting time is an action. Yeah, okay. So you cast a spell. Are you like asking a question right now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How many questions is it again?
5 questions.
3. Okay.
You can
I have no
ask
idea.
up to 5 questions.
Up to 5 questions. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's you get like 1 around, I think.
Okay. All right. What happened to Melora?
Yeah. So you cast the spell. I guess the body starts to breathe, and like its head turns towards you. I think this is the one Tim killed, beating it to death with kung fu. And maybe its head turns towards you and like cracks horribly. And it says, Melora was kept safe from us.
Okay. You can't say anything more than that.
It answered your question.
Oh, okay. And then I tell everybody, ask this corpse a question. Don't waste the rounds.
Nice, nice.
All right.
And
You got bonus actions and movement and stuff. If you want to do anything else?
all right, I'll move closer. I just want to take a deep look at that thing. Because I only see tentacles.
Okay. I mean, you're what, like 25 feet away, 20 feet? Yeah, I mean, you see a dark mass under the water. Parts of it, like, there's probably, maybe you see, like, the, one of its eyes or something. I think its eyes are, like, a pinkish color. Yeah, you're getting a better look at it, but you still rolled a 6 on perception a second ago.
That's fine. All right, that ends my turn.
Okay. This guy is stunned. He drops his stunned condition and ends his turn. These are all dead, I think. Those are all dead, right? Ishu. We still got more of them. There's another one on the other side. He was gonna try to make it over there, right? That was something he was doing.
But before you do that, Ishu, ask this lady a question.
Wait, what? You're doing this again? I thought I wasted those questions.
Well, you can only get one question at a time.
He spends his turn agonizing over what question to ask. Odayn,
What?
You're up.
Odayn's gonna cast fly.
Okay.
So he lifts. How high is the ceiling again?
Like 15, 20 feet. It's certainly high enough for you to get out of the water a ways.
Okay, I'm probably gonna go up 15 feet.
Sure.
And then I have 60 feet of movement. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
When you're flying, it's not difficult terrain. I don't think.
Correct.
So you got 40. Right. So you got 45 left. You can move in any direction.
Actually, do I want to go here or go further? Yeah, I don't want to leave Vash alone.
I appreciate that.
So he's gonna go over to here.
Yeah, as you take off, you swear for a second that the unconscious body is like reaching for you. But you look to see if it is, and it's not moving. Must be a figment of your imagination.
Oh, no opportunity attacks or anything?
No.
Okay. Vash, I think we need to focus on helping them with the shark first. Then we can deal with helping Melora.
So it just let you get away. Okay. I can only save so many people at one time.
Why don't you try to keep talking to it, and I'll shoot the shark from here. Odayn's turn ends. He doesn't have any more actions.
All right. Elduin.
Elduin is going to continue punching the shark, because that seems like a good way to start out his turn.
All right.
Hard to argue with.
It happens to be his best talent is punching things.
That does hit. Okay.
And and I'll try the new strategy of punching it and missing.
Yeah, that misses.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to go for third punch.
Okay.
Martial arts
That's
and
just hits. Okay, he's looking pretty rough.
You're cutting it off close here.
I have some temporary hit points from last session. Otherwise, I'd be a little bit more concerned.
I think the real concern is if it bites you and infects you like it did Orilyn.
You don't want
Elduin
Orilyn to be the only
Elduin
were
doesn't
shark.
know how were creatures work. He doesn't understand that concept. He hasn't encountered it yet. And no one told him, so he's holding his ground.
I have a very serious metaphysical question. Will you grow teeth out of your beak, or?
Yeah.
Did,
that's a good
sorry,
question. These are the questions.
Or maybe
that
I'll
matter.
have 2 rows of beak.
Ramblinman, did it not get a turn? The
Which
shark.
one? Sorry?
It
Oh,
was
Did the shark not
stunned.
get a turn?
he was stunned
It was
on
Oh, it
his
was
turn.
stunned. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You got another attack left in you, Elduin?
Oh, I have no key points.
Okay, all right. Never
That's
mind.
why I only got 1 extra attack. Or 1 extra attack on top of my extra attack.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I will...
Still
I'm
got
gonna
your
move to
movement,
here, and then to here. I'm not gonna move out of threat range, but get a little bit closer to where I need to be, and that'll be my turn.
Yeah. All right.
Just have to hope that Orilyn kills it before it eats me.
Unconscious person. All right. So, Vash, in your mind,
There's one left. Finish them off now.
and it's going to like move through the water as fast as it can towards that shark. But it can't move that far, right? It's like 20 feet of movement per square or something like that.
Correct.
What was his movement speed again? Okay.
So it says that, and then I immediately see the big creature start to move.
Yeah, it says that, and the body of Melora along with it. I guess your wildfire spirit can stay there.
That would say.
But yeah, he'll move 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2. I guess right there. And then he'll use his action to.
What are you doing with that body? Can I respond to it?
Yeah, you're asking about the body?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He will respond.
She is under my protection for now.
And I guess he will use his action to dash, I suppose. 1, 2. And that is his turn, I think. All right, that's his turn. Orilyn.
Orilyn freaks out a little bit as she sees this creature
As it gets
moving
up,
closer to her and Elduin.
yeah, as it gets up to the water's edge there, it starts using its tentacles to like hoist itself out of the water. Yeah, it's not a pretty sight. Like, it's kind of clumsy on land, so it's just like flopping around a bit, trying to get a grip with its tentacles on stuff. But it's got these weird, like, glowing pinkish reddish eyes.
Well, one threat at a time, so she's gonna try and finish this off before it bites anybody else. So wait, did I have anything with the? Oh no, that the girl got dead, so I don't have my bonus action attacky thing. All right, so I'll just blast 1 and 2.
The first one hits. How do you want to kill it?
I mean, she really likes blasting things apart, but I don't think she wants to blast so that Elduin gets any worms on him. So she's trying to aim so that it goes against the wall. This like try to get it going like this way-ish, and instead of
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But getting to deflect missiles, the worms would have been so cool.
She is hoping that he'll see the worms in it, though.
Where did the shark bite you again?
Her arm, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So you hold up a hand, you blast the thing, it explodes, and worms and stuff go flying all over the wall. Shark teeth like scatter off the stone. And your wound like stings immediately. Like there's like a reaction from it almost. You don't like take any damage or anything. But...
Yeah, I don't. I do have a bonus action I could do, but I'm not gonna do it. She's gonna move though. She can only move 1 square because of the plants. So. There we go. Well,
Right.
I did suggest it, so.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Okay. Vash.
Back to me. Good. 30 feet.
I guess well, it's up to you guys, I suppose.
Are you trying to say that the combat is over?
Actually, that is basically what Vash was just about to ask it. So are we fighting then?
Who are you asking?
I think you will call that out.
Like out loud to your teammates?
Out loud to it, but also to allow the teammates to hear.
Yeah, I don't think.
Because I know, I'm guessing it can only respond to me, mentally.
Yeah. It's not out of the water yet. Are you like shouting it really loud?
I'm saying it pretty loud, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
The fight is over.
Sorry, what?
It just says the fight is over. Is it a question for this lady? Yeah, I don't know. Like the lady thing from last session really took off. I was just trying to say she swam fast for a human, which is what I probably should have said, but I chose sexism instead. Never a wise choice. All right,
Everyone, everyone, stay away from it, but don't
Stay away
attack
from what?
the lady. And anything else you see.
I think he's
Don't-
talking about Melora.
Don't panic.
everybody stay calm. All right.
I'll bring the wildfire spirit back over. How far away do we want to be from this thing, Odayn? I'm saying that much quieter.
Well, I can't teleport with you because I'm 20 feet in the air, 15 feet in the air.
I knew that. I will just hold an action to cast Firebolt if it attacks someone.
Okay. Holding an action.
When it replied, did it reply out loud so we could all hear, or only to Vash?
Only to Vash.
Only to Vash.
Okay.
It hasn't spoken out loud yet.
So at what point do we end up dropping combat? When no one attacks it for a round?
I mean, if you guys want, we can drop combat right now. Are you guys?
I will follow Vash's lead.
If everybody's like, okay, I'm not gonna attack it, then we can do that. I just kind of want to give
Well,
you
I
all the
can't see
chance.
I can't see it, that's why I can't attack it.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. I think the wild card here is Ishu. Because he was very angry a second ago.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll make a check for him on his turn, see if he can control himself.
Okay.
Well, if that's your turn, that brings us to Seraphina.
That's it.
Right. Question number 2.
All right.
What manners of being lurks in the depth of this pond?
Good question.
Okay. That is a good question. Let me see here. The body like breathes in another breath of air, and it says, Lexoriga Saggath, sibling of Gloon, the Forgotten One.
Do I remember anything from that?
Lexoriga Saggath is like a common equivalent of a celestial name. Make a religion or here. Let me see if I can copy and paste it for you.
Thank you. Not even gonna try.
Its full name is way longer, like, and more complicated. That's like the short version.
The full name is longer.
Yeah, this is its name. It's complicated. We'll get to that hopefully. But for now, I can't really tell you much more. Sibling of Gloon was the word. Gloon is. And I just copied and pasted from my notes, and for some reason it's all in caps on my notes. Probably not important.
They're extra important.
And it said the Lexoriga Saga, sibling of Gloon, for the Forgotten One. That's what it said.
Crap.
The corpse probably emphasized Gloon. That's why it's on all caps.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense that it would, to be honest. Emphasize that. Okay. So that's the answer to your question, I suppose.
Can I piece what she meant?
Oh yeah. So Lexoriga Saggath is like it's like the common term of a celestial name, which, like I said, much longer. Make her like a religion check, I suppose, or possibly history, but it would have to be a really good roll for history.
Okay, but if it's religion, it's like okay roll, right?
Yeah, I think the DC's okay. Not a 6. 6 will not do it. Unfortunately, you have no idea. You recognize that Lexoriga Saggath comes from Celestial tongue, but that's about it. Forgotten One doesn't sound great. You don't sense evil coming from it.
Okay. Alright, I can only speak to you once, so I'll talk to you again.
In 6 seconds.
Alright. You got anything else?
Already in action in case. Actually, I'll move next to Ishu. Just in case he gets attacked. I'll defend.
Okay. Ishu. He will make a wisdom check. We'll say he hasn't had to do this before, so we'll start off sort of small for now. He has to make a DC 13 wisdom save or wisdom check here, or he
Does he get advantage because Vash told him to calm down and he currently likes Vash?
Did you tell him to calm down?
I
told everybody.
called out for everyone not to attack it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give him
stay back.
I'll give him advantage then. Since you ordered him not to attack. Okay. Here's 2 wisdom checks. Oh, the first one. Okay, 17, 16 is more than 13. He has a wisdom of 9. So I'm kind of surprised that he did so well there. All right. He like holds up a hand and he starts to like swirl up some magic, but thinks better of it.
I see none of it.
Question. What the fuck is that thing? The body goes, that is a god.
Oh, nice.
Odayn.
Let's see. Odayn's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll just go right next to Elduin. I'm gonna try to address it. Excuse me, who are you and what are you doing with Melora?
Okay. As you address it, make a, what was it? What we did with Vash, it was a wisdom save for me versus your wisdom check, right? That's what we did? When it poured into your mind?
I don't recall specifically.
I was just
think
editing the
that's
catch-up video like 2 hours ago. I think that's what it was. Make a wisdom
check.
Yeah, make a wisdom check. It's gonna try to establish a link with you. I only rolled an 8. I rolled really bad, but you did roll a 6.
And my streak continues.
I rolled a natural 2. All right. So yeah, you feel like a overwhelming tidal force erupt in your mind. What was it you said again? Sorry.
Who are you and what are you doing with Melora?
I am protecting her. I am the Forgotten One, delighted in darkness, who comes in the night. Sibling of Silence in the Flesh, the Great Witness.
And it keeps going on, like it's still like going over its titles, like sibling
it's going full Khaleesi.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's kind of one of those things, but some of them don't make much sense. Like sibling of the Silence in the Flesh is what was one of the things it said. That might jump out at you.
Do I remember? Sorry, in the flashback, I didn't see the tentacle, right? It was behind me.
Yeah, it was behind you. You couldn't see it.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm assuming that his speech takes longer than 6 seconds. So that's it for my turn.
Yeah. Okay. It's just, I mean, you moved way fast over there, but it's just like clumsily, like trying to pull itself up onto the shore out of the water. It's still kind of in the water's edge there.
Mm-hmm.
Elduin.
I'm going to, in keeping with the group, not attack it, but I'm gonna move a little closer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll hold an action to, if it comes at us and it's looking threatening, then I'll make unarmed attacks.
Okay, so you guys are holding an action, I guess?
Yeah.
Alright. On its turn, it only has 10 movement speed on land. So he can move up to the edge of the land, but he can't really move further. As long, I guess the terrain sort of ends after that square, but it doesn't matter. I don't think he can move further for now. But he starts like pushing itself up on land, kind of like a beached whale with limbs. And it says into your mind, Odayn,
I would move out of the way. You do not want contact with this vessel.
Well, I'm 15 feet in the air.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Well, maybe he's talking to. Maybe he says that about Elduin. Maybe it's more like tell your friend to move out of the way. I think on that note, Orilyn, are you going to attack?
She's not, but there is something I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Sorry, before you go, would I have gotten my
Reaction.
held action there
What
for
was?
moving closer? If it came at us, does it look like it's coming at us threateningly, or?
No. I mean,
Okay.
it's honestly
won't
like
attack it.
trying to pull itself up on land. It's kind of pitiful. Like it's not made to move on land.
Okay,
And-
so I won't
And
attack.
I think because of like Vash's plant growth, it's having a really hard time grabbing onto it to get purchased. So it's kind of like struggling, falling down, trying to pick itself back up.
How threatening is a beached whale usually?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's got tentacles, which might make it more threatening than a beached whale, but it still can't get footing. It also seems like very exhausted. So like, I guess part of it does emerge from the water here, and like I said, its body is sort of like covered with these orifices. You could probably hear some like heavy, raspy breathing coming from it. Like it seems weak, kind of. But go ahead, Orilyn. Sorry.
Okay. Orilyn is gonna open up her bag and grab her last bottle of holy water. And she's gonna pour it on her arm where she got bit and the worms went in.
Yeah, it's probably not
See
a.
if that does anything.
Let me look up holy water. Here, I got it. Are you a fiend or undead? Okay. Just making sure. You never know with this crew. Then I don't think anything happens.
Okay. Well, for her, it was worth a shot. And would that have counted as an action or a bonus action?
Bonus action, sure.
Okay, then I'm gonna full round move her up there. And that's it.
Okay.
Actually, wait, is it 20 feet for one square?
10.
Yes.
Oh, 20? For land?
If you're in the the difficult terrain part where there's
Yeah.
plants.
Well, then,
Okay.
using my full action gets me 60, so I could move 3 squares instead of just 2.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So she moves 1 more.
All right.
And now she's not in.
I'm just double checking to make sure holy water doesn't do anything crazy. All right. Your arm falls off. No, it doesn't.
Oh no.
That doesn't happen. All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Vash.
Great. I said stay away from it, but everyone just gather around. That's fine. Why do I even fucking bother? I'm trying to remember where the difficult terrain ends because these squares are not super clear. Pretty sure in the middle here is difficult terrain, right?
No, that was the place where there
no.
wasn't.
This
wasn't,
this is fine.
and this wasn't. So I shouldn't. So if I go right across, I shouldn't be in any difficult terrain, right?
Right. Yeah. Until you get to the other side, then it's difficult terrain again. So like once you get right at the other side of that green line, it's difficult terrain again.
Isn't this still typical terrain? This red square?
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's
So if I
not
go
Vash's.
here,
Yeah, it's not the
It's
plant.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is
Interrupting Earth.
all water. There's no land here, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Alright, so I will move forward. Oh, whoops.
I pop my knuckles.
I can see you and Seraphina.
Well, hello, Vash. Do you have any queries for this lady?
There's
That
more.
looked over for a minute. Are you like holding a skull or something, or just the dead body?
No, it's just animating over there.
Wow.
Like her spirit is like floating.
What are you?
Ask a
At some point,
question.
one of us needs to cast Speak with Dead on a skull in our hand and ask it to be or not to be, and then hope
Right.
that Shakespeare doesn't sue us because he's been dead for long enough.
That's fine. You focus on that, Seraphina. I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do with my turn. I think I'm going to wait and listen and continue holding an action to attack if it attacks.
All right, yeah. I don't blame you. I wouldn't trust the Navaleth either.
Nah.
Seraphina, do you guys want to end the turn order and just like let you guys?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
and we can re-roll it in
Yeah.
case we fight it.
Yeah. I'll turn you guys loose so you guys can all act kind of independently. So this thing is trying to hoist itself up onto the shore. It's having a very hard time.
Elduin, it's saying to get out of the way. And then I like fly over here.
Elduin will back up cautiously.
Yeah, it hoists itself up onto the shore and kind of just it's like a bunch of air escapes from the various, like it's covered with like hundreds of the way I describe them is almost like a blowhole on a whale, I guess. But they all make different sounds. Yeah, I think now that it's out of the water, it can speak out loud. So that's how it would do that.
Move, little bird, you do not want to touch this form.
Yeah.
And that's out loud, right? That's out loud. So
Yeah.
I
Out
heard
loud.
that.
Yeah, so like when it speaks out loud, all of the like hundreds or more holes on its body seem to like work in unison to make different noises, and that's how it speaks out loud.
So Forgotten One, what's wrong? You seem out of it.
Huh. Okay.
Out of it, indeed. Very tired, exhausted. This form is nearly broken.
You said you're protecting Melora? What are you protecting her from? These things?
Her plan to keep her from my sister.
Your sister?
Gloom.
Yeah, Gloon, it said.
Oh. Well,
You know this one has the flesh.
do you know how we can save her from the flesh?
She is protected but weak. I was forced to feed on her memories.
Forced in what way?
It was the only way to keep the ritual at bay.
What were they trying to do?
Pull a memory from her, one she held dear. A great knowledge that would aid the flesh in her pursuits.
And what do you gain by protecting her?
I seek to gain nothing.
So you said your sister was Gloon?
Other than to spite my sister, yes.
Is Gloon the flesh?
This is the one you know as the flesh. The silence.
Oh.
She has many names.
What does she want?
To devour everything. To return it all to her.
When you say return it all to her.
She seeks to become one with all of her children again. As it was, and as it should be in her mind.
Well, I guess we're happy that you don't want the same thing. But we're here to save Melora.
Well, that's yet to be seen.
Her condition is severe. It took you longer to get here than we thought.
Was it these things that caused her to be infected by the flesh?
She is not yet infected. They had not broken through.
Okay.
Their rituals served only to hold me at bay, but they could not reach her.
Your sister, does she have any weaknesses?
She is weakness. It is in her nature. She is corruption.
Right.
So he said she is weakness.
Yeah, I got that after.
I think Seraphina and Orilyn are having their own.
So apparently Seraphina
Sorry.
didn't react when she finally saw the beached whale.
Oh, I was gonna say something. So, do you wanna die now?
Did it laugh or did Ramblin laugh?
Ramblin laughed. Ramblin was laughing.
It worked either way.
I just didn't expect that.
That sounds like something that Fee would say. I'm talking with Seraphina.
She doesn't bake for us. Feel free to eat her if you'd like.
It has been a long time since I've forgotten that Tianxi. You are welcome to try, but destroying this form will not destroy me.
So,
Seraphina, Seraphina, hold on. Are you finished talking to that corpse?
Oh, I still have 2 questions left. You can ask it about the children. Why do they need children?
Okay. I'm gonna go ask the corpse if it can hear me. Why did you need children for your plans?
The corpse starts to breathe again. They were looking for a special child. Could not find him, I think.
Odayn.
Vash?
Might be useful to use that thing as a bit of a lie detector for this creature.
Okay, well, you can ask it whatever question you want.
From across the room,
You find out everything you needed to.
I think I've got the picture.
From across the room, I shout in a mix of Vash's voice and Orilyn's voice.
Do it.
Did it hurt when I killed you?
Nice.
The creature says, "We did not feel pain in this form."
That's the fifth question.
No, I think he's asking the woman.
The corpse, right?
I was asking the corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was responding. Yeah.
Oh, it said it? Okay, so it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
when
I'm
Elduin
okay.
hears that, he's kind of annoyed and he kicks the floor and kind of stubs his toe a little bit. His weird bird feet.
I think before it goes, so like it says we did not feel pain in this form, and then before it goes, it maybe points at Orilyn and says, "You will know this," and then it's just gone. Just like the one time it like wanted to give you some extra information. It's just to kind of like rub your nose in it. Yeah, and then the spell disappears. It goes back to just being a corpse.
Vash watches it fall to the ground, not wholly surprised, and then starts glaring at Elduin.
While Odayn was talking to the one dude, Seraphina cast lay on hands on Orlyn's arm. Did that do anything?
I'm trying to cure her in case it's a disease or something.
Can you lay on hands for me real quick? Pull up healing powers, plunge and take a long rest. Pull you restore total number of hit points. I make weird noises when I'm reading fast. Cure multiple diseases, neutralize a poison, cure one disease. Okay. So it restores the health. You get the health back. So how much HP from your pool do you give her?
5.
Right. So you get 5 health. You feel the disease be removed. But here's what happens. So Orilyn, so I guess as she's like laying hands, I don't know how you would innately know how it works. If maybe you are aware of the flesh worms that are in there, you feel them die, right? Like you feel your magic work, and it kills off the disease in the wound. Then Orilyn, there's a very sharp stinging sensation as the worms that were dead divide, basically, and there's more now alive worms in the wound. So you so you don't like make it worse necessarily, but like you get rid of the disease, you feel it leave the body, and then inexplicably it returns. We saw something like this before with the page in Watan Tam, Chihuahua Town.
Tim Tam Town.
Yeah, that place.
Oh boy.
So, Forgotten One, I'm assuming you are our ally.
Ally is a strong word, perhaps. I seek to help only Melora, and to spite my sister. But I suppose it is time to trade in information.
Yes, well, if you can tell us how we can help Melora as well, that'd be very helpful for both of us.
Like I said, she has been weakened.
The tentacle like carrying her limp body like lowers her to the ground. Maybe over here somewhere by you guys. And there's like a sound as the tentacle is pulled from her spine, and her body goes limp on the ground. eyes, like her head's probably like she's face down, like her head turned to the side, her eyes just like blankly staring at the wall or something. Yeah, and the creature says,
I would tend to her as soon as possible. She cannot hold out long on her own in this state.
You said to stay clear of her. What would happen if we touch her?
Nothing if you touch her. The danger comes from touching me.
Okay, then Odayn rushes to touch her
We'll
to
keep
see
that
how
in
she's
mind.
doing.
What do you mean by touching you as Seraphina touches the aboleth?
Jesus.
you reach out to touch the aboleth, ignoring his warning. Make a Constitution saving throw.
I see why she's died so many times.
Okay. You're fine. So, you reach out and like put your hand on the thing, and it looks like it's just wet. When your hand touches it and you pull back, there's like a slimy mucus that comes with your hand. Like I said, looks like it's just wet, but once you actually make contact with it, there's like a layer of mucus around the thing. It doesn't get into your skin. You manage to like wipe it off on your clothes or your armor or something.
Can that thing heal my friend Orilyn over here? That mucus from your body.
I am afraid it would only make her condition worse. Step
Okay,
forward, Faye. It has been a long time since I've seen one of yours.
I move aside.
Where is this one from? I had forgotten the last of the elves long ago.
I'm from the Feywilds. Actually, I have something for Melora. I don't know if it'll help her, but then she'll pull out the orb that Oberon gave her. And hold it up for him to see. Would this help her in some way?
Help her? I am uncertain.
When I go inspect Melora, does anything happen?
She's an unconscious body on the ground. I think you go down to like touch her, and the aboleth says,
Healing magic is crucial right now. Like I said, she will not last long without something.
You've been.
Sorry?
What'd you say, Orilyn?
Orilyn would have said, "Oh, just healing magic," because she still has healing spells she could do.
Yeah, he's saying like she needs to be healed or she's not gonna last.
Yeah, as soon as he says healing magic, Odayn's gonna cast Cure Wounds.
All right.
If you
got something, Vash?
No, I can wait.
All right, roll healing on her.
Nice.
Okay. So, yeah, you lean down, you put the healing mojo on, and the wound on her back closes immediately. She stabilizes, for lack of a better word. She's no longer on death saves or whatever. And we see her like blink, like she's staying still on the ground. She blinks a few times, and then she like starts to breathe heavily. It seems like she's starting to become aware of her surroundings. And she like lifts her head up and starts to look around at all of you. Make like insight checks, I suppose, if you like.
Everybody?
Anybody who wants to.
A wisdom check, my favorite. Nope.
Okay. Wow. So everybody but Odayn, yeah, okay. Everybody but Odayn. She looks terrified and confused. Yeah. She seems like she's going to panic. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I have Orilyn give her a hug and pat her on the head and say it'll be okay?
Yeah, you reach out for her and she starts to recoil, I think. If you're gonna like put your arms around her, it's gonna be like a contested strength check, I think.
Okay. My strength sucks, but I can try.
So does hers.
If you've been protecting this thing to keep it from your sister, does that mean she has some way to harm your sister?
It was knowledge we protected it from her. But I suppose if we can find a way to access it, perhaps.
I'm guessing it pushed Orilyn. She pushed Orilyn aside.
Yeah, so like Orilyn reaches out for her and she like slaps her hands away and she's about to bolt. Like I'll give you a second but to react, but she's gonna take off running in a random direction pretty much.
Odayn's gonna go down to the ground and say, Melora, it's me, Odayn. Don't you remember?
She tilts her head when you say Melora. And she tries to speak, but it's like she can't find the words. Like her mouth opens and it's just noise that falls out. And like grumbles and like it's just like moaning sort of. Like she doesn't know how to talk, or maybe she's trying for the first time. It's kind of like
okay.
it's kind of like how babies talk when they're playing, you know, but they don't know how to speak yet. It's just grumbles and nonsensical noises. It's not really words.
Oh, Elduin looks at her and nods sympathetically. Like, I understand what you're going through.
It's okay. You don't have to push yourself so hard. But these are my friends. We're here to help.
She is not herself. Like I said, fed on her memories to keep us going.
Vash, you think you can communicate with her?
Doesn't look very mighty for a god. I can try. I will attempt to shift my mind link to her.
Yeah, okay. You can do that. What do you try to communicate?
Seeing if something happens right away. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you probably get like I don't know, like the equivalent of psychic static and noise. Like just an overwhelming flood of undisciplined and purely like reactionary thought. So it's a lot of fear, a lot of stress and panic, and just sort of awe going on there. But these are all like basic emotions.
Do I think that if I cast comprehend languages, I might be able to understand her garble?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Do I think that if I cast comprehend languages, that I'd be able to understand her garble when she's trying to talk?
Let's see. I suppose it'd be a roll to see if it's a language that she's speaking. Maybe intelligence or history. If you can think of another role that might fit that, I'll like if you want to lawyer it somehow.
I do have a decent history, so I guess I could.
Not today, you don't.
No.
No idea. Maybe she's speaking a language, maybe she's not.
So with them right next to each other, do we see the resemblance between Orilyn and Melora? Who we think is Melora?
Yeah. I mean, they're both sort of fae-like creatures. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
There is some resemblance there. Pointed ears. Both humanoid, different colors, different hair. Different
she
teeth.
respond at all, by the way?
She stands still. With telepathy, it's like you can communicate without language, right?
Correct. We don't need to share a language. She just has to be able to speak a language of some sort.
Yeah, okay. She seems very concerned, but obeys. And she'll stay still.
It's a good start.
She probably like shaking a bit. And she's dripping water like constantly. You can't tell where it's coming from because she didn't like get pushed under the water or anything. So
Odayn's gonna try to hold her hand to comfort her.
You mentioned that she might have some kind of knowledge that would be useful against your sister. Weren't you also saying you were devouring her memories? Did you happen to gain that knowledge?
It was hidden away before I devoured. The knowledge that my sister sought was tucked away somewhere.
So you just protected her out of spite. Is that the gist of it?
It was her command. This was Melora's plan. Better than falling to the flesh, I think.
What are you gonna do, Forgotten One, if you get your hands on this knowledge?
I do not seek it. It will come to me eventually regardless, as does all knowledge when passed through the wheel.
So you believe in the wheel.
sorry, what was that?
So you believe in the wheel. Is he
I am
speaking
a part of the wheel, in a way. Memory is my domain, and memories must be wiped away before reincarnation. All souls pass through me.
But I've never heard of you.
You wouldn't. That is why I'm the Forgotten One. It's in the title.
So you fancy yourself an Arcana, is that it?
Not an Arcana, certainly. There was the potential for that once, I suppose, but I never saw fully eye to eye with heaven. Served my purpose as an ass, yes, but we didn't agree on everything.
Out of character. We know that Melora's not an Arcana, right? She's something else.
She's primordial.
She's an
She's
primordial.
Yeah, she's a primordial god.
I wasn't sure if we had established knowledge of primordials yet or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
From Napel.
Yeah, she's like a water deity, sort of. Yeah. The Arcanas
Forgotten
are like,
One.
Sorry. The Arcana are like these. Maybe some of them were primordials at some point. Some of them were like other kinds of gods, but they somehow like ascended to like a basically like they teamed up and took all the power for themselves, kind of, in some ways. Other people might see it differently.
Forgotten One. I've met Melora before. I think she gave me something to protect. And that might be the knowledge that you're seeking.
I do not
How do I
seek
return it back to Melora?
It is possible that only she can do this. to access it, or at least to know how.
Right.
I suppose if you were to die to pass through the wheel again, as long as that knowledge is still there, I would be able to pull it from you.
Is that the only way?
No. The other option would be to try to restore her, to help her recover the memories that I devoured. It is possible she may someday remember she does yet live. If so, she might be able to access this memory to pull it back from you.
Orilyn, didn't you say your leader, god thing, told you to bring that to her?
Yes, Oberon gave me this orb to give to Melora. He said that it belonged to her all along, but it can be used to help restore him as well.
Melora like is watching the two of you talk, and she starts trying to mimic Orilyn. She's like, belong to her all along.
Elduin is very interested in Melora at this point, and he's gonna start mimicking Melora mimicking Orilyn.
Orilyn, when she hears Melora say that, she'll look at Melora and ask her like, "Do you remember Oberon?"
Remember Oberon. And
Melora, we need you to hold
smiles.
that. Orilyn, hand it to her.
Be careful, and then she'll hand it over to Melora.
Yeah, she like catches it, and she seems like really uneasy with it, but she looks at the thing, and then she like holds it in her palm, like feels the weight of it, and then she like she holds it up like between you and her, as if to like look through the orb at you, like between her like middle finger and her thumb, and then she kind of smiles and like holds it back out to you.
That didn't fucking work.
I scratch my head and then look at Melora, point at her. Dwarf?
Orilyn will accept it back since she doesn't seem to know what to do with it.
Odayn's gonna take her hand, and he's gonna put it to his chest, and then he's gonna say, "Melora, I've kept it safe all this time. You remember, don't you?"
Sorry, can you repeat that? I'm trying to talk to a bunch of people at once here. All right, repeat that one more time.
So
Sorry.
Odayn takes her hand, puts it on his chest, and he says, "Melora, I've done what you've asked. I've kept it safe. You remember, don't you? What you asked me all those years ago?"
Remember. She has a look on her face like she's trying to focus on something. Like she's trying really hard to concentrate. And then she shakes her head.
I don't know how to bring her memories back.
Wait, Odayn, I remember this thing from one of these stories. One time there was a lady who can't speak, and then there was a man who came in, and then he kissed her, and then she was able to speak. Maybe that's the thing that you need to do.
Well, it's worth a try. What do you think,
I feel like that's
Melora?
a great idea. I'm gonna have to go ahead and say probably don't listen to Faye.
Well, it's either that, Vash, or I die, like
Are we in a rush?
this guy said.
Well, you'll die a virgin.
Oh God.
How do you know I'm a virgin?
You haven't kissed somebody, have you?
I've
Melora
kissed people
says.
before.
Melora says, what's a virgin?"
This is productive.
Odayn points to Elduin.
Elduin scratches his head. 2 bottles of olive oil, the finest quality, virgin.
Okay, Vash. What do you think we should do?
Just
We
give her.
can't just leave her here.
I'm trying to establish some kind of connection to her.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 second.
If I'm not incorrect, the guy said his name. The thing said its name, but only to Odayn because it was still speaking telepathically at that point, right?
The creature, the aboleth.
Yeah.
Probably. I can't remember.
He only said it to me, but the corpse said it to Seraphina.
Yeah. There's something like that going on. There's a lot of stuff happening here. That's all I'm saying. It's hard to keep it all straight.
I guess we'll just wait to see if she can remember anything.
Do you think we could do things that might jog her memory? Like, oh, I know, and Orilyn will, use, I think it's minor illusion to, summon just an image of what Oberon looks like.
So you're creating like a minor illusion or something? Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay. So you make a little illusion of Oberon.
mhm.
And she watches it. She kind of like her eyes light up from the sudden like light, and just the fancifulness of it, I suppose. And yeah, she smiles and kind of claps at the pretty image in your hand.
Wait, does she even know who
Oh,
she
it
is?
could be up to 5 foot cube, so she would have made it their size, next to them.
I'm gonna move around so I'm actually closer to the group here.
Yeah, I mean, she's checking out the image. She doesn't seem to understand what you're trying to do.
So Orilyn will explain. This is Oberon. Well, it's an image of Oberon, Lord Oberon. He's called the Green Lord. He likes wilderness. He knows you, or knew you.
Oberon's a funny name.
I'm gonna reach in my bag and pull out the mirror that I found and show it to Melora.
I hope that's not a curse.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but there's a chance it just does something.
It does. There's a chance it does something. All right. There is a chance it does something that is not very good.
It causes Vash to cast Scorching Ray at Elduin.
Is that what you do?
Oh, I would
right.
like to.
So you present her with the mirror. She grabs it. Do you like show her how to use it or anything, or she just like hold it up the mirror?
I don't know how to use the mirror.
You
I just know it
she
made me feel weird when I looked at
she
it.
holds it like you're trying to hand her this thing, so she like puts out her hands and lets you hand it to her, but she's just
You
holding
have to
this thing.
reach over Odayn.
She's just like holding this thing in her hand now, and she looks at it, but I don't think she knows what to do with it.
I'm holding something and looking down at it.
Elduin, what is that?
She like turns it over
A
in her
shrug.
hand, and yeah, I mean, if you're miming it, she can probably figure it out, right? So she sees the shiny part of it, and she looks at the shiny side of it, and then she like holds it back a bit and squints. And she'll make a Constitution save here.
Oh, Elduin.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
She's fine. She looks at it for a second, and then she shrugs and she hands it back to you.
Well,
I nod and put it away in my bag.
Before she hands it back to Elduin, Orilyn will tell her, "See, that's you. You're Melora. You're a goddess, you know. You're a goddess of wilderness and sea."
Guys, I don't think she
primordial,
cares about
rather.
her. I don't think she cares about her appearance right now. Can we focus just a bit?
Well, maybe if we remind her of who she is, she might get an idea of her memories.
Elduin, make a
Preach.
perception check.
Okay.
You gave me a good idea, Orilyn.
When she looked in the mirror, she didn't have a reflection.
She's a vampire.
Oh.
I want to suck your blood.
I mean, I did put were sharks into the campaign, but I didn't put a primordial water god vampire in.
When we get her outside, if she sparkles, she's getting a stick.
Odayn's gonna cast Misty Visions.
Right.
What is this?
It's the illusion that I've been doing for like rocks, but I think he's gonna like cast like a scene from his memories that I guess everyone can see to see if it can jog Melora's memory. He's probably the flashback that we saw earlier. He's probably gonna just show it to Melora.
I mean, she's gonna be like entertained by the lights and the show and stuff. Like,
Creature.
it's a fantastic image, but I don't think she even make an insight check.
Another wisdom check. Come on, Odayn.
You could do it.
Yeah, okay.
You did it.
Hey, that's a roll over 5.
Yeah. So she doesn't understand that it's her she's watching. She doesn't seem to know what she looks like. And also, like, just from observing the way she's interacting with the stuff you guys are handing her, and like the way she's speaking, and like the way she carries herself, like I don't go lightly by describing her as being infantile. Like, she seems to be newly born.
Okay.
Does Elduin share that he didn't see her reflection, or?
No, he doesn't know what the mirror fully does. That seems pretty normal to
I
him.
see.
Creature,
He knows that there's something special about it, but that's all.
Just like a gut feeling.
Huh? What?
Creature, how long were you protecting her for?
You're asking the aboleth how long he's protecting Melora for?
How long he was protecting her? And how long he had her?
She was in my care since the rise of the flesh, couple months, I believe.
So she's been being feasted on by this thing, for a few months now, guys. Do you think maybe she could use some food, sleep, before we try and force her memories back into her head?
That sounds like a good idea.
I figured it would.
To be fair, I've feasted, as you put it, on most of you at one point or another.
What?
That's slightly
Save
disturbing.
Seraphina, of course. But you've all forgotten things.
Yes.
And
I've
when we forget
forgotten a lot.
things, they go to you.
This is the way of the world. Memory is my domain.
So when you feast on memories, they just disappear.
Not always. A lot of the time, I retain them myself. Sometimes, heaven asks for them back, or their owners get them back other ways.
And how do you give them back?
Most of the time, willingly, sometimes through enchantment.
So can't you willingly give her her memories back?
These things
Do you
are
need-
complicated when it comes to a god.
Do you need to trade memories? I could trade memories.
You would be willing to sacrifice yours for hers.
I mean, how many do we need?
She has lived millennia. A millennia's worth of memories could suffice, I suppose.
I look over at Seraphina. And
What
then
are you
I
looking
point
at?
at her and repeat in the voice of the Aboleth, a millennia's worth of memories.
Technically, Eldrin have that too, because when they go through their trance, they're like they're going through memories of their past lives as well.
Right.
But the older they get, the less memories they're able to recall of their old lives, their previous lives.
Seraphina, make a wisdom check.
I'll use my thing for this.
Alright.
Inspiration. Wisdom.
Yeah. Alright.
Boop.
So yeah, you feel the same crushing weight in your mind. It's almost like I mean, you feel it flood in. It gets access to everything, but instead of like spreading out and like looking through all the books in your library, it recognizes that it stumbled into a place it doesn't necessarily want to be almost immediately and retreats. So it doesn't like pull any valuable information out of you or anything like that. It just is, it like walks in and it's like, oh, wrong classroom, and walks right back out.
Forgotten one. I have a question for you.
Speak.
What is that dragon in that pool? I saw it while I was flying on overhead.
An old champion of heaven. Laid down
Is
his
that
sacrifice here.
Is that connected to Melora's state?
No. It is just that she happened to choose this place as her refuge. It is a place of power.
Did this champion have a name?
Let's see if I can name. I thought this might come up, but I kind of wanted it to be random. Yeah, okay, we got a name here.
Ihami Aslafisik.
You're gonna spell it.
I suppose
you know
it is
of
only me that would remember him now. His scales were among the most beautiful.
Do you know of anything within this pool can help us restore her memories?
There is nothing to my knowledge that can restore her memories except perhaps time, practice, patience, understanding, discipline.
Portrayed.
Speaking of which, is there anything else in this cave that is a danger to us, besides yourself?
Not any longer.
Good. Why don't you all start a campfire? Maybe.
I'll ritually cast Tiny Hut again.
Do we have room for everybody?
I mean, we could probably move somewhere else, like over here.
Right, we'd have to move. Eventually, this difficult terrain does disappear. Like, it's not forever.
Or we can go up here to this ledge.
There was a chance with trade, but I refused to take the memories of an angel, especially one of death. I'd suspect even I wouldn't be able to live with those memories.
I was wondering about that. You said that sometimes heaven requests memories back. That means you work with them, but you're not of them?
Who do you think that they hired to wipe Lapel's mind?
I suppose hired is the wrong word here, but I don't know why I said that. But basically, like, who do you think wiped Lapel's memory? Because remember, Lapel had memory issues. Or he couldn't remember everything. He felt like heaven had taken some from him when he was like, when he fell or whatever, when he was like removed. Yeah, that was this guy. Well, at least that's where they went.
Well, as far as we know, I thought heaven and the primordials don't get along. Like, the primordials, belief in the primordials is banned, isn't it?
It's considered like blasphemy, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So apparently there's more to that story than we know.
Absolutely, yeah. And this guy is saying, like, I'm not an arcana, but I've had to work with heaven. There's probably more to that story, too, if you want to, like, ask him about it.
Oh, yeah.
But it sounds like you guys are going to make camp, so why don't we go to break here? It's a good time for a break.
Okay.
And like 10 minutes or so, and we come back and we'll jump back in and see what you guys want to do.
Okay.
All right?
Sure.
Yep.
All right.
All right, guys. We'll be back in a second. Thanks, guys. If you enjoy the video, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.